Hi, and welcome to the Law Simplified. I'm Shaveen Bandaranaike. A key attribute of a first-class law student that you won't see in most other students across jurisdictions is how they are able to articulate and wield case law in a manner that suits them. In other words, they are able to make any judgment whatsoever work for their cause. If you like the type of content that I produce, make sure you give a like to this video and do subscribe to the Law Simplified channel. Check out the comprehensive online law school platform, now complete with over 46,000 students from 191 countries. If you take one thing away from this particular video, it should be the ability to distinguish. What do I mean by this? More often than not, students consider the use of case law in one binary format. Either there is a factual similarity with the case and therefore you apply it, or the principle is applicable to it and therefore you try and articulate the response around it. But what sets a first-class student apart from every other student is their ability to look at a case that may be somewhat relevant but decided on different factors and at times merely distinguish it from their own opinion. The best part about an argumentative response to a question in law is that you're not just supposed to try and find something similar and apply it. Examiners often try and determine whether a student is capable of seeing a case that might be somewhat different or might even have a stark contrast to the given scenario, and whether the student is able to identify that and articulate not the application of it, but the actual distinguishing component of it. Now, there are a number of videos on this very YouTube channel where I've gone through the different techniques that students at a pass level as well as an ace level will employ in trying to determine the various principles. You can check those out through the links in the description below or the card that will pop up on the top right hand of the screen. But what must be understood is that you mustn't superficially use case law purely for the sake of showing an examiner that you are aware that some cases may be applicable. While it might be sufficient sometimes to pass an examination, by no means would it allow you to get that elusive second upper or a 2-1 or even a first-class law degree. The reason for this video is to inculcate or to impress upon you that cases are much more than simply similarities to be found. They are also a mechanism by which you can articulate arguments back and forth with the various judges that have provided their own arguments and their own rationales or ratios for a particular decision. That being said, until the next time that we meet, have fun, stay safe, and as always, obey the law.